Yo, what's good everybody? It's the Real King Kai back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the God of High School. So I've been kind of excited to do this video just because I've been reading the God of High School for about 6 to 7 years now, and last year 2020 it actually received an anime adaptation. So I want to structure this video kind of how I structured my last video, The Truth About Demon Slayer, and talk about whether or not the anime adaptation did the webtoon justice. But yo, I remember when this anime first got teased or was confirmed that it was gonna get an anime, and I was just like, yo, I was so happy, bro. I remember sending the trailer to all my friends, just being happy as shit. Like, I was like, yo, it's finally happening. I feel like this video is gonna be a bit longer than the other video, so I'm gonna keep this intro kind of short. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Earlier I said that it was a webtoon and not a manga. The difference between a webtoon and a manga, if you don't know, webtoons originate in South Korea while mangas are comics that originate in Japan. But this webtoon specifically, The God of High School, is serialized by the company Line Webtoon, which was founded in 2004, and this series was released in 2011. So around the time that this anime was confirmed or it was revealed, a lot of people were really excited. And if you don't know why, webtoons have been around since, like I said, 2004, right? This is the second webtoon to ever get an anime. Yo, some mangas come out for like 2-3 years and they're getting animes just like that, you know what I mean? This series was going on for 9 years before it received one. So it's not unjustified for us to be excited, for what fans to be excited over this stuff, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, fast forward to July 2020, God of High School drops its first episode after 9 years of not receiving an anime or getting any recognition that might put it onto the big screen. Yo, we're finally getting the first episode that we've been waiting for so long, and I am not disappointed. It looks beautiful. It was so amazing to finally see the characters I've been following for so long come to life, to actually hear their voices, to hear music in the background while they're fighting, to see them moving as fast as they are. Like, it was amazing. And if you've read the webtoon, you would know that the series has amazing fights. It has better fights than a lot of popular shows out right now. It has better fights than a lot of popular mangas out right now. Like, it's so good to the point where literally every week to this day, when a new chapter comes out, I'm sending screenshots to my friends and being like, yo, you guys need to read this if you're not already reading it. But of course, they still sleeping, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not gonna say that the series does not have plot holes or it doesn't have instances of like kind of bad writing or any of that, you know what I'm saying? Every series has parts that you're not going to agree with or you don't think that are that good. But for the most part, I do enjoy it, I do like it, and I think if you haven't started reading it, you should. There are going to be kind of minor spoilers in here that are just the beginning of a bigger story. But God of High School is one of those webtoons or one of those comics that the beginning matters. The stuff that happens in the beginning is symbolic for what's going to happen later on, or it's the beginning of something really important. So with that being said, it also came out that Crunchyroll was going to change bits of the story with the writer's approval, and I was curious to see what bits they would change, but I did not expect it to go down the way that it did. With that being said, how did it go down? It wasn't that bad, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it wasn't terrible. It was just kind of disappointing because the way it did go kind of made it obvious that this wasn't going to come back for a second season unless another studio picked it up and redid what Crunchyroll has already done. But I mean, I can't blame Crunchyroll. They never said that they were going to make an entire series, like there's going to be multiple seasons. They never said any of that. They just said that, yo, look, we're going to transform these into an anime. They never said it was going to be the official anime forever. The way I view it now is more of like a promotional thing for the webtoon to get people to go and read it, which is still really good, and shout out for them to doing that. So what are these story changes that I'm talking about that kind of made me not so happy about the anime adaptation? Well, I'm about to get to that right now. Episode 10 featured a really major fight to the early story, which is basically Jin versus LPO. And this fight, while the entire episode was really beautiful, we got to see a lot of different people fighting other than just the two of them. LPO was actually a teacher to Jin very early on. Towards the end of episode 10, we see them have a lot of different clashes with multiple techniques being used, and they're both on the ground. At this time, the episode's about to end and LPO actually reveals his borrowed power, which is pretty cool. If you don't know what borrowed power is, it's basically the power system in God of High School. So moving on now to episode 11, and they're fighting. It's kind of like a one-sided fight. LPO is about to end the fight, Jin's about to lose, and then Jin reveals his own borrowed power. So Jin having a borrowed power kind of rewrites a major part of the story. Jin is not a borrowed power user because, spoiler alert, he himself is a god. He is the Monkey King. And for him to use a borrowed power, it makes no sense because who's he using? He's using the Monkey King's powers, even though he is the Monkey King. How is he borrowing power then? And not only that, in the webtoon, Jin actually loses this fight. And the reason it was so important for him to lose this fight is because it allowed growth for him as a character and growth for others. And when I mean others, the very next fight that takes place is Mireyu versus Ilpyo. And Mireyu uses this fight to actually gain her own national treasure, which becomes a very fundamental part to the story and where it is right now. So I'm not going to say that these changes are bad due to respect for Crunchyroll, but I will say that these changes kind of made the series look like a one-shot battle royale type anime, and that's not what it is. It wasn't even just the story changes that kind of ruined it for me though. It was also the episode limit, because you can't fit 112 chapters into 13 episodes. Crunchyroll tried to fit almost 14 chapters into episode 12. That's all over the place. You can't make that make sense to someone who doesn't know the story already. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I've been reading God of High School for about 6 to 7 years now. So obviously it's not just a battle royale if the story is still going. You understand what I mean? But I think that this was a promotional series for the webtoon. And in that sense, when I think about it, it was extremely good. It was beautiful. The fights were done really well. The storytelling was okay, I guess. I mean, the pacing was kind of off, but whatever. It wasn't that bad. But I really enjoy that they did show a lot of different characters fighting. They showed a lot of different characters and their powers. Like, I think that the way they did the series visually was amazing. In terms of story, I don't think it was the greatest, but still, I'm very happy that God of High School still received an anime and a lot of people were able to see what I've been reading. So back to the main question, did the anime adaptation do the webtoon justice? In this case, I don't think so, just because it kind of made it seem like it wasn't that deep of a story, but I'm still very happy that we received something, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't really want to make this video too long, so I think I'm just gonna cut it here. If you guys enjoy having like anime discussions or video game discussions, stuff like that, join my Discord. I will leave the link in the bio below. Just hop right in, say hi to everybody, and we talk all the time. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.